Well, it's just brings back so many memories of 1998 for me. You know, walking into a room with those 15 great players. I mean, all superstars in their own right, except for maybe Art, but because he's part of the inevitable core. But basically, they're all superstars, and just being around them, having an opportunity to interact with them. I see them from a distance so much. We plan against them, we watch them on video. We know their weaknesses and strengths, but we don't really get a chance to talk and really, get to know them. And it's a completely different life. And so that to me was the biggest impact, was just being in the room. Actually, the practice was just very basic. Again, we realize we have a short number of practices, so we want to be very concise. That's why we're being strict on how we handle the practices and who's around, because we have such a short window. And right now, again, we finished practice 1. Now, in our minds, we have 9 practices left. And maybe we can figure out a way to get 1 or 2 or 3 more somehow. We haven't figured that out yet. But basically, we have 9 practices left, so 1 practice down. So it's kind of like a countdown for us. And so again, every practice has to be concise and efficient. So no distractions. Come in, let's do the work. So right now, we spent most of our time talking, so we didn't have a lot of court time. So we just ran some basic offense and basic defense, and we're going to continue to do that, and then try to build a foundation and then build from there. It's more complicated than just bringing 15 guys in and having them play. It's more complicated than that. The things I teach are different from. I was telling the players earlier. I was using Ron Jacobs as an example, my old rival back in the 90s. He was a tremendous coach, probably the best coach I ever coached against. But he did things completely different from the way I did things. And he was successful. We had some success. So who was right? Was it the way he did it? Was that the right way, or was it the right way I did it? And you find out there is no right way. It's just that you make sure that you guys are doing the correct way and together. My mother used to say there's more than one way to skin a cat. And so there's a lot of different ways to coach basketball. So the key is for me to impart my knowledge to these guys and make sure we're all on the same page and all playing the same way. And that is the challenge for me. That's why I keep talking about teaching and learning as being the key. So we're trying to do a kind of a novel approach. We're not going to come here and do shooting drills. Why do shooting drills? They do shooting drills every day with their mother team, so we don't need to do shooting drills. We're not going to do sprints and wind sprints and run it up and down the court. Why? Because they do that in their home team all the time, so we don't need to do that stuff. So really, for us, it's all about mental stuff. Come in and again, teaching and learning. So that's the focus, and that's why we want to come in here and get a full 2 hours. We only get the gym from basically 6 to 8, so we're going to get a full 2 hours in and try to be very concise and efficient, and hopefully continue to build from there. But that's the goal. That's the goal. But we showed them an offense today, and it was like easy peasy for them. I mean, it was so easy for them to figure it out. I was like, oh, geez. I was shocked. I mean, well, I wasn't shocked. I knew that they'd be good. I didn't know they'd be that good. So, as you know, we're missing Jumar. Jumar has a personal issue to do tonight. He couldn't make it tonight. We're expecting him to show up on Thursday. He has an ankle issue, so he would not have practiced on court with us. He would have been on the side with Chris and Marcia. But we're hoping that obviously he's a cornerstone of the national team, him and Jason. So we need him on the team and we need help. So we're going to be patient with him. I think he's one of the guys that can pick up stuff really fast. That's again why we went. Sorry to the young guys, or why we went with veterans. I mean, they just pick up things so fast. I'm not saying the young guys can't do it, but these guys can do it. They're very, very, very impressive.
Coach, what made you decide to bring in Jason, and how were you able to convince him to come back?
Well, I don't think it really took any convincing. Jason loves playing with the national team. I just felt I think he felt that maybe he was, the young guns need to come in and start taking his time, taking his place. And I think that it was kind of a realization for him watching that how much he was missed in that lineup and the leadership and he's still Asia's best guard. And so I think when he was approached again to come in and join us, I think that he's willing to do it. He knows that he can contribute and he can be a great help and he can lead this team. I'm just honored that he's here. I'm really truly honored. I'm excited about coaching him. I've never had a chance to coach him. I almost drafted him back in 2008, whenever he was drafted. But Chuck Reyes, dang him, he jumped ahead of us and traded for him. We thought we were going to get him number 5, and he ended up going number 3. So, cursed Chuck Reyes. So I never had a chance to get Jason. Now, after all these years, maybe we can do something. So I'm honored that he's here. Just honored that he's here. I'm honored that he accepted the challenge, and he's a special player. Yes, because we're going. 9 of the players are going to be in Dubai, and it's going to be a tough trip. It's a 9-hour flight. We're only there for 2 days. Then we come back another 9 hours, and so it's going to be very taxing. And I know that I don't want to practice on Monday. I'm going to be wiped out on those flights. And maybe if I had a business class flight or I'd lay down all that, but I'm going to be there in economy the whole night. So, it's going to be a tough trip, and I think that the players deserve a day to recover. So we move it to Thursday and get it out on Thursday. So we still get that once a week. And I'm sorry for the teams that have games on Fridays and Wednesdays. I know, again, from the other side, what it's like to have your players leave for the national team. It's tough, and it's a burden, and it's a sacrifice. So I'm going to try to recognize that for the other coaches as well. So we're not going to do that too often, but out of necessity, we need to do it this time. Maybe, we'll see. Again, I think it'll depend on how quickly we're picking up things. We might have a Thursday night game, maybe if we get a practice game, or a Monday night game. We're talking maybe to the ABL to allow them to come in and give us obviously we'd like to play the PBA teams, but they're in the middle of their own things, so we can't ask them. But I think the ABL starts like second week of November or something like that. So we might be able to get a game in early November, and they have like 3 imports, so it'd be a good chance for us to play them. And, so hopefully we can get one of those in, and the players can figure out a way. Maybe we'll only play maybe a couple quarters or 3 quarters of a game instead of a full game. We'll play around with that just to get the guys a chance to play against somebody else rather than themselves. I'm not a scrimmage coach, so we're not going to be in here scrimmaging a lot. We'll be doing a lot of half-court stuff. And again, we're not going to exhaust our guys. This is the 3rd conference already. It's been a long year already, and it's tough to finish the year doing 2-a-day practices and splitting your concentration at this level. Especially, again, we're all better, not young guys. A lot of these guys are vets, so that's why all the injuries are showing up. This is the hardest conference to get through injury-wise. This is where guys start dropping like flies. So I'm going to try to keep everybody healthy.
Coach, will you still be using the triangle or making adjustments here?
No, we're not using the triangle. We're using triangle concepts. When you talk about the triangle, you talk about the Tex Winter triangle, and the pure triangle. we're playing more of a motion offense. It's easier to teach, it's easier to learn, but it's still a read and react offense like the triangle, so we're going to use concepts of the triangle, but we're going to simplify it a little bit more. And similar to what we run with Alaska right now, which is what we're doing with Alaska right now. And you know, we're going to see how far we can build in 10 practices in terms of being an advanced offense, and go beyond a basic level. But we'll see where we can go. But these guys, you know, can play off a basic thing. I was telling them earlier, I don't care what system they run. They can run a Yang Yao system, they can run a Chuck Reyes system, they can run a Tim Coyne system, a Tab Baldwin system. It doesn't matter what kind of offensive system, they're going to be great. Offense is not a problem for these guys. So my teaching is really going to be more about the defensive side. That's what I think the team needs to be better at, is the defensive side. I think we underestimate the defensive side when we put national teams together. And I think if we become a great defensive team, or at least all on the same page, we have schemes, we know what we're going to be doing defensively, then our offense will take care of itself. And so we're going to work from that angle. Defense first, and then, again, I think I could roll the ball out, close my eyes, pick out 5 guys from a hat, throw them out there, and they're going to be great offensively. But let's make sure they're great defensively too.
Coach, Denzel Bowles said, see you in Manila.
Yeah, Denzel's got, he's great. Obviously, I know him really well. He's got a really playful personality. He's fun to be around. He's a terrific guy to be around. So the teammates love him, and he's terrifically skilled. He's a really skilled guy. He showed that when we won the championship against him. We were just talking about it with Jimmy. Jimmy played in that, and when we beat Talkentex in the finals, and he had those 2 free throws. But he is a lights out shooter. He can post up. He showed that against Raino Shine when he was here. Raino Shine was playing very well with him, but he got injured. But good news is we know him. We know how to scout him. We know what his tendencies are. So that'll help. But you can know a guy, but he can still do his thing. He's got that kind of skill. He can do all the things we want. He can still put up a big number in one game. He can come out and hit us for 30, 35, 38 points and get 25 rebounds and pull up an upset all by himself. So we have to be very, very wary of him and his skill level. That's going to be one of our goals. We're going to have people out there trying to scout the team.
Coach, maraming salamat.